Hi everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. First card that we have out is Page of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Slow and steady. There can be little things that you're doing right now to get something to work properly or to stabilize. This means that you don't, like in this regard, you don't need to be doing anything big. This is like a little bit every day or taking baby steps with something, and it's about sort of consistency with the way that you're showing up. So you can find that like small consistent gestures or small like investments, but as long as it's consistent, can be helpful here. This can also be like whatever this is that you're trying to do, you're trying to build something, right? You want it to be stable. So this means that I'm trying to create sort of a foundation here, but this doesn't need to be like physically something in front of you. This can be like energetically, I'm trying to create stability here with something that I'm doing. Having Page of Pentacles, this can be something that you're learning about. It can be something that you're trying out. This can be something where you're developing a skill set that's related to this specific thing that you have going on, to the point where it's going to become automatic, the way that you sort of share energy with it. But right now it's about being deliberate as this thing stabilizes. You can also feel too that like Four of Wands can show a time that is you achieving what you've been working on or what you've been working towards. And because we have a Page of Pentacles, these can be, again, like skill sets that you're learning, traits that you're learning, those types of things that are associated with stuff that would be helpful for what you're doing or having to do with what you're doing, what you're trying to, I'm hearing for some of you, commission, because this is what you want to be doing. I also get this, from this, it's feeling like through experience, understanding the way that something works, you know, like in a practical way, like even pragmatic way, rather than just like reading a book about something. This feels like actually being involved, so you understand the way that something works and how it goes together. Like, so you can understand the relationship. So yeah, maybe there's something that you're gonna start practicing or continue practicing. I'm seeing Nine of Pentacles come out here. This is like you would gain, you would like reap fruit from this essentially, having Nine of Pentacles here. So like things would come of this that would be fruitful if this is what you chose to do. You would benefit from this. Something interesting too with Four of Wands connecting with Nine of Pentacles. If you look at the Four of Wands, this is about stabilizing things energetically, because it's a wand, and so it has to do with like what's inspiring you to do something and make something happen. And because it's a four, it's about stability. So something can kind of stand on its own, like once you figure out what you need to do for this, and doing helpful things to allow this to happen. And then see how it's like this is also mirrored within that. So this can be like the way that I'm doing things on an energetic level are then going to materialize. And Nine of Pentacles is going to be something that is definitely beneficial for you. And it can even be something that then tangibly materializes. This does feel like something earthly that you're doing, or something physical that you're doing, or will be a part of things physically. Some of you could be getting help for this. But you could also be helping yourself in like doing some type of research. You could be asking questions. You can have somebody that can show you the way. It doesn't have to be like that. Helping build confidence, but again, like you can do this yourself. You don't need to have anyone else if you don't want to. I'm not seeing something connect right now. I'm seeing these two energies and I'm not sure like how exactly they go together. Okay. Where you are presently now with something, you can feel like the way that something's going has not like totally met your expectations yet, but I'm seeing that as you continue to apply yourself, it's going to build in that direction. However, you can also be looking at something and being like, it's not where I thought it would be, or there's just something that feels like it's not in total alignment of how exactly you imagine things being. But there's also something that needs to be seen about this, because if there's this feeling of I'm looking at what I thought was going to be my Nine of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles is going to be like ideal outcomes in situations, something that feels like Nine of Pentacles is connected with abundance, right? And so it's like I have everything that I need. You can be looking at something and thinking that it's not representative of what you need, but I'm also seeing Two of Swords, which is feeling like that may not actually be the case. And you could be thinking that something's supposed to be other than what it actually is. And you can sort of use this aspect of what you're feeling, that may be feeling disappointed, or maybe like this isn't completely aligning with what I thought, and use that as a barometer, use that as a compass for the potential of where this can go if you continue building with it. But I also see too that it's like something is actually how it's supposed to be, but you just may not be seeing that for some reason. Like, I don't know why exactly that is, but it's like, let's say that something is actually perfect, you're just not seeing it in that way. And so it's creating this tension of like, something's wrong here, or something's not right here. And like, I should be upset about this because it's not what I expected. It's like one of those things, but it's actually like what it's supposed to be is what I'm seeing, like in this present moment. And so it feels too like there's help that you may be getting with this feeling that you're having, but it's a feeling that's like not based on how things are actually meant to be. It's based off of like some type of expectation that you had, but that wasn't in full alignment with things as they're supposed to be right now. But that can be something where there's like this like bit of dissonance that you're experiencing, where you're like, I thought that it should be like that, but it is like this. And so there's something within me, there's like this emotional conflict that can be being felt. I do see you just continuing to like work on this slowly and methodically. Like, you don't need to be doing anything where you're speeding through something. Like having Page of Pentacles come out is like the energy that's suggested for you to be in right now. And Page of Pentacles is like an apprentice. It's somebody that's learning how to do something. And so you can look at anybody around you that can be a model for what you're trying to do. They know something. It can be like you see somebody walking on the street. It doesn't need to be like face to face with a teacher or something like that. It's like anybody that has any sort of information or any type of message that you can apply to what you're doing that can help you with like this basic skill set and allow you to develop it into what you want to develop it into, rather than being discouraged here by something that isn't, when it's actually just fine the way that it is. Like, it's exactly what it needs to be right now. Because you may also be at a spot where in thinking this, that something is other than it's meant to be, you cannot be like recognizing the actual like success that you've had in within where you are currently. Because having Four of Wands and Queen of Wands is a time where it's about this reflection and satisfaction with you harmoniously being linked to something that you're doing that you've been inspired to do. It looks like this is something you've been working on. I'm seeing Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I'm seeing this again. Like, what's happening is that there needs to be a bringing together and understanding of what the Nine of Pentacles actually is for you. That something is as it's supposed to be and as it needs to be as well for you to benefit the most off of it right now in this moment. But you can like not be seeing that about it, and that's something that's being rectified. You can also be connecting with somebody that you, when I say somebody, it can be like anything that you feel like is helpful, that will keep encouraging you to go in the direction you're trying to go into. You are going to gain mastery over this process. This is what you're supposed to be doing. I'm seeing Three of Wands and I'm seeing the Emperor, which means that you're going to go from a page to an Emperor with this. It's not right now, but this is where you're going to go if you continue with this trajectory. Having Three of Wands is like the vision of the future, okay? When you see this come together and you peer in here, this is where things are going to go. So this is like a distant location where you're going to be ending up. So you're getting this like sight into the future. And having the Emperor here shows like where you are going to be at that point. So in the distance, you're going to be coming out as the Emperor. But right now you're showing up as a page. So this means that right now it's about laying the groundwork. It's about getting really good at the like basic stuff that's connected with this, so you have the most solid foundation possible, and knowing too that there's nothing that you need right now, or like literally at any given point, that's not going to be there. Like, it's all going to be there. So that can also be too about shifting your mind frame as well. I'm seeing also too the Star on the bottom of the deck. So I'm seeing this just be encouragement for you to keep moving along with this. And know that even though it can feel like a slow build that's happening, like having the Emperor come out with the Three of Wands is like, whatever it is that you're doing where you can be like, I feel like I'm not to that point of where I'm trying to go. I'm seeing there be this like vision of where you're going to be ending up, and it's something where you're going to feel like you're on top of this, like the most advanced level you could be of this. But right now you're in a period of learning like the practical skills that come with it. And allowing yourself to be where you are too. Because I feel like there's almost this like, why am I just a page here within this scenario? But it's like everybody has to start off as a page. This is just the part that you're playing right now, but you're going to continue advancing through it. But I'm seeing there almost be this like feeling like you're not supposed to be in this position, like you're supposed to be somewhere else, but you actually need to be in this position right now to develop the stuff that needs to be developed right now, in order to be able to stand on it later on. Because like if you don't do this part right, you're gonna like keep climbing, and then things will collapse because the foundation hasn't properly been set, because things aren't working harmoniously. So that's the point of what's being done right now. You can also feel like this is the alignment that's happening of two different parts of yourself, and one of them may be more advanced than the other. And so, like, let's say that there are different parts of yourself where, like, let's divide it into elements because that's what I'm seeing here. Let's say from a pentacle standpoint, like from an earth standpoint, earth things are more difficult for you or you have less experience with them. But when it comes to fire related stuff, which can be like passion and motivation and inspiration and like your will to do things, maybe that's a bit more advanced. So you can have these two parts of yourself that you're trying to get to work together, but you can feel in some ways like they're, even though they're different elements, you can feel like one of them may be more experienced than the other. And so this can be sort of a reconciliation between these two energies where it's like, how do we actually get them to be seeing the same thing rather than having these different perspectives that are clashing with one another? How do we get them to merge so they can move in a way that's harmonious? You can also, for some of you, feel this happening with someone else within your life. For those of you that you're seeing this as being an interpersonal thing that's going on here, you can feel like you're in a certain place and there's somebody that you're connected with and you can feel like they're not in the same place as you. You can feel like you work with a little bit different mechanisms, I suppose you could say, and you can also feel like one energy is more advanced than the other. But this is also something that is happening internally as well. Keep trying to see eye level. It's about finding common ground. Because if you have these two energies that right now they can feel like they're opposing one another a little bit or like sort of intersecting but more in a clashing type of way, it's about finding the common ground in the middle so they can work together and focusing on that. All right? Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.